is going on, YouTube? We are back. It is time to go, man. It's the fun stuff today. We're back on our first one of these in a while, right? I don't know if we've ever done a Sunday show, but joined as always, Stu. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. Excited to talk a little bit about today's slate. I haven't really done much this week, so definitely just excited to, get some bets out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, so getting some halftime. You want to talk about anything from the game that we're watching that everybody is tuning into? I know it's not I guess it is technically a barn burner, right? I guess you could say it is because it's tied, but interesting slate.
I mean, I just looked at that game and, I started everything like yesterday pretty much. I was kind of behind, but like chain numbers were so high. And I was like, I wanted to bet him so bad. But, it's one of those things where if you bet him like 80 rush yards, you got to worry about a 30-yard catch and kind of vice versa. So all the lines were so high. I couldn't really, I don't know, figure out the best way to go. And what has he had a carry for less than like 8 yards so far?
I know.
It's just like so. I mean, I don't know why Miami wouldn't just run the heck out of the ball. I feel like they should be winning. They just got into the red zone easily and then settled for field goals. So shout out to Washington and Chris Rodriguez, 4 yards at a time. But I think Miami probably wins this game. I don't know what the live line is, but I would assume they're probably like -2.5 or something maybe. But
let me pull it up. I can look at it right now. I don't think it's that bad. It's -120.
Yeah, 1.5 -120. I like -120. I might maybe put a couple bucks on that. They made it to the red zone so easily. They just stalled there,
Yeah, it's I'll dabble. I mean, I can get a -105. Jesus. Okay. I'll take it.
Nice.
I'm gonna put that in right now, actually, just to make sure I get that in before we start our show here. But yeah, let's I don't even know, recap. I guess recap would be last week, right? That would be last week's show. And yeah, I guess we could we could talk about it here because I believe that was the Crazy Dogs last week, right? That was the Falcons Houston Dogs of the Week. I believe that both of those hit, right? I think
Houston had the crazy comeback, and Falcons did the Falcons win? I don't remember.
Yeah, no, they lost by 1. They lost by 1, remember? Because they went for 2 and didn't get it or something like that. So yeah, we're 11-7 on dogs so far this year. Obviously, feeling pretty good about that. I have one of the worst beats I've had in a while in this JSN London bet. JSN had 4 catches in the first half for like 90 yards. They were up by 90, whatever the fuck the score was. Just an absolute beatdown. And then they threw on. I'm like, dude, don't you want to, like, he could have kept his 100-yard streak alive, and Arizona was coming back. And I'm like, okay, I might have a chance here because they threw him one ball. He gets to 5 for 90. I'm like, dude, just give him one more, dude. Like, get him to 100 yards and then pull his ass. And they did not. So that one lost there. I don't know about this. I had my bet on Johnson, but I don't remember if Vela got anything.
No, Vele had a couple targets, but he only had 1 catch, I believe. He had a freaking 1 foot out of bounds one that would have cashed us there. But yeah, he did not get the job done.
Perfect. I think this one was my big winner. He was my guy who got me a nice one here, and that's Juwan Johnson. I had his yards. I had him starting in fantasy for me because I had Jake Ferguson on bye. So shout out Juwan Johnson. I wasn't expecting 30 yards a catch, Juwan Johnson. But hey, we'll take it, man. He ended up getting 4 catches and absolutely cooking in that game. Over 100 yards first time this year. So shout out Juwan Johnson for putting up some numbers.
Yeah, good for him. Good cash, too. It's pretty easy.
All right, so that moves us to 32-28 on the season. We got 1 spot each for you guys today. Stu, what is I mean, people probably want to know these now, man. 11-7 on the year. Obviously, these are not this week's. I just have up last week's because I'm still a little bit behind as well. But we got a pretty damn good slater across the board here, Stu. Some dogs looking like we can get some decent dogs on some of these spots. So where are you looking for today for our dog picks?
Yeah, I took some Bengals +6. I mean, that one felt like, we saw what happened last time. They look good. I know Burrow's not back, but Flacco, he stabilized that offense. And the Steelers, they switched Ramsey to safety, so it looked a little bit better when they did that. But if their pass rush doesn't win, they're kind of screwed. And Joe Flacco throws the ball so quickly that like they kind of negate that a little bit. So the biggest thing is just like Jalen Warren's probably going to run for like 100 yards again. Like I think he has a good game. Bengals can't really stop anyone, but they can cover. You know what I mean? They're a backdoor team. So that one just seemed like a little bit too much. It almost seemed a little sketchy to me. Like I know Pittsburgh looked awful last week, so I'm sure they bounced back a little bit, but that offense is just not fluid.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny because I will have a bet in that game. I also have Warren as a person on my card as well. So we like to see that you're kind of in the same boat on that one. I was really confused when I looked at that line this morning. I was like, dude, I thought these guys were going to play them, pretty well here. I want to go Panthers so bad. But I can't do it with this line. It just feels super trappy because, it's in Atlanta. They just got 30 balled by these guys, 4 weeks ago. And now we're going to, I can't do it. I just can't do it. You know what I'm going to go? I'm going to go to the grossest one on the board probably. And I'm just going to roll with the guys who have gotten me here a couple times this year. And I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns to just make this the absolute worst game of all time. A touchdown game in a game with a 38-point total that's a lot. I'm pretty much asking this defense and Dylan Gabriel to put up probably 14 points. I know Lamar had a huge game last week. He's been doing really, really well, and he's turning it around. But you get an AFC North matchup, right, and you get them in Cleveland. I think that's the biggest thing too is like it's going to be just a muck fest, man. And I just don't think they're going to be able to run the ball that well. So, I'm ready to watch Judkins get 1 yard a pop. And hopefully one of these guys can fall in the end zone for Cleveland. But plus 7.5 just feels pretty crazy for the Browns at home in a game where I'm not expecting too many points.
Yeah, and they just make it ugly. They've been really good against these like big physical running backs as well. The kind of shiftier guys have seemingly given them a little bit more trouble. But yeah, I mean, Cleveland just makes games ugly. The biggest problem is like kind of how do you cover if you can't score? But like they did it last time, so it's always possible. But I was curious, did you look at Zay Flowers at all in that game? I was kind of thinking, I see 58.5 receiving yards. That seems kind of good to me, honestly. He's clearly the number one target. And if they do take away the running game, right, because I think the Ravens had like a 10% pass rate over expected last time they played. Like they just kind of gave up on the run game. And I think Flowers probably benefits, with all that main coverage. So I don't know if you looked at him at all, but I feel like 58 was kind of solid.
Yeah, no, I didn't look at anything in that game. I didn't want to touch a prop in that game. I'll just take like an under or like a same game teaser maybe of Cleveland plus, 13.5 with the under or something like that, just because, I just see this being a mucked up game. And I really don't see much that I want to bet on, at least on overs in this one here. So at least that's for me, but that's just because Cleveland has just been unwatchable this year. So I mean, I might just go first here, Stu, because we've kind of already talked a little bit about mine here. So I'll let Stu take a Curtis Samuel question here after we run through some
active. We'll see.
Yeah. I guess here I'll let you take this because he's already talked about Josh Allen interception. I think Josh Allen might run the ball 15 times today, bro.
Yeah, it's hard when he didn't at all against the Chiefs, but it's
supposed to be so shitty outside there, dude. It's supposed to be shitty. Like this just screams I'm getting like 12 catches to Rachaad White, bro. This just screams my Rachaad White dump off game. I know the Bills haven't been able to stop the run, but and I feel like a lot more people are higher on Tucker than me here today because I just think that they're gonna. I know they haven't been good, but I mean Tampa Bay has not been good at running the ball anyway. So it's like I could see this just be like those Baker dump offs and quick screen type of game because I saw it is supposed to be kind of shitty out. I don't know if it was rain, but I saw it was supposed to be pretty cold.
Yeah, no, rain a little bit maybe, but 20 mile an hour consistent winds up to 30. It's supposed to be pretty rough. Multiple games are supposed to be pretty rough with the wind today. So it's always tough because I feel like that's a bit overrated. But today also does seem kind of like one of the worst ones I can remember seeing like across multiple games, So I don't know. I would lean like Allen under passing attempts. So when I like under passing attempts, then I wouldn't really like interception just because that limits your your opportunities there. And then, Curtis Samuel, I guess. I mean, he's the short yardage guy. The problem is that they still have Elijah Moore on that team as well, who does the same exact thing, and they both kind of suck. So it's kind of hard to differentiate there. I took some Josh Palmer last night. It's up to 30 now. Maybe you just take some. I hate Dawson Knox.
I know that's what I was thinking about too.
But it's probably not a bad play just because that other guy Hawes can't catch it all.
He's straight run blocking, bro. That's all he does. So
he gets out there and gets a catch a game, but he has like 3 drops this year. And they all hit him right in the hands. So I really would not feel good throwing him the ball more than once or twice.
Awesome. Well, let's get right into it. Obviously, Stu's got some Washington football to watch here shortly, so I'll make sure we get him over there. So I'll take it away because I kind of talked about it already. But I'm going with Jamar Chase comboed with Theo Johnson today, and I'm going to be rolling with. I'm going to be probably taking Chase in 19 different ways today, whether that be the top receiver in the 1 o'clock window, whether that, like something like that. I think Chase absolutely smashes these dudes. I'm expecting another 15 target game here. What's Chase Brown going to do at running against these guys this game? Like he did get it last time, right, in that Thursday game. I feel like that's getting short up here. I think this is a Flacco special of probably 50 pass attempts, probably 8 of them go further than 10 yards, maybe. This is going to be quick, dink and dunk. Chase is winning all those one-on-one matchups. You can't double because you got T. Higgins on the other side, and it's just this Pittsburgh secondary has just been torched, dude. We saw how shitty Jordan Love looked the last 2 weeks. Jordan Love threw for like 420 straight completions on these bums, bro. So I love Warren today. I think that they're able to score as well and kind of, keep the pace and get those scores. And honestly, I could see this getting them scoring very quickly, right? Especially when they're at home, Pittsburgh at home in this spot. So I love Chase today. Like I said, I will find a way to make multiple plus money spots on him. I'm sure he'll be pretty chalk in DFS, even though it might be tough because you got JSN and Puka on the same slate. We'll talk about that game at the end, just because that is a big game for me, at least in the futures market. It's probably the biggest game of the year for them. But then going over to Theo Johnson, we got Jameis, right? We got Jameis playing. I mean, how could you not want to see Jameis throw the ball around here in this spot? The best part about Jameis Winston is he doesn't give a shit where the ball goes. He just chucks it. And that's good for props, right? Because you're going to have that. Honestly, I could see this being a game where Green Bay has the ball for 80% of the first half, and the Giants have the ball for 80% of the second half, right? That kind of feels like this type of game. I've seen enough Packer games to know that this is what it is. And also, LaFleur is kind of getting that hot shit right now, man. And I think that first half they're gonna wake up a little bit and put up some numbers. But he always plays super conservative in the second half, that's Jameis special, bro. He's garbage. He's the garbage man galore, dude. This guy loves garbage time. And Wandale obviously being the number 1 there this week with no Darius Slayton. There's going to be no downfield presence. I feel like we're going to obviously have to have something on Wandale here today. But Theo Johnson, dude, you're going to have to chip, right? They always have these tight ends chip on the side of Micah, and then they do those little 2-yard outs. Easy money, bro. Just do that every fucking time, dude, and just dink and dunk this way down. I know Jameis doesn't like doing that, but I think after the first time where he gets sacked probably 2 or 3 times in the first drive, that's going to change up real quick. And you're going to have to be a little bit quicker getting out of your hands. I still think Jameis is going to chuck the ball around here, but I think he's going to have to make a couple adjustments because the Packers still are getting a ton of pressure on the quarterbacks, and I think that's going to be the same thing today. So I like the underneath dump offs of Theo. I like Jamar Chase is pretty much doing whatever he wants today. Love this spot, and might be a multiple unit spot.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, Chase obviously is kind of self-explanatory, and then Theo Johnson, I mean, I think he benefits from the weather being real shit in that game as well, because just more like Jameis wants to throw down the field. And then also Packers are like the best in the league at taking away the slot as well and yards after the catch, which is all Wandale. So it's like, what else do you do after that? I would play my boy Daniel Bellinger as well if he didn't mega screw me in the past when I got like 12 yards of CLV on him and he got 0 yards in that one. But also, I don't know how much 12 personnel they're going to play with coaching changes. I want like someone I know, not like an unknown. So definitely like Theo. He's just consistent. He's out there. And yeah, I mean, Jameis has to throw it to somebody. And I agree with your kind of take on that game.
Yeah, the Packers kind of need to wake up too. So I think they'll start off fast, but LaFleur's does that way too much, dude. Where these guys just go super conservative in the second half with any semblance of a lead. It's like, bro, this game ain't over. And especially with Jameis, I think that people are going to be like, holy shit, dude. Like, this dude could have 2 pick sixes and have like 80 yards in the first half, and he'll still fucking throw for 300. Like, that's the best part about Jameis. That's what makes him fun. And obviously brings a little bit of life to that team there in their total sicko parlay from Dan bringing up Flacco and Jameis. I mean, I don't hate it. I do not hate it. Debo Jameis just scored. Oh shit, I didn't even notice that. I'm not even watching the game, so I'm going to put this on here. But yeah, any oh shit, let me pull this up. Sorry, I had to pull it up on my phone here too. So now I had to pull up the game on my phone here. So any other thoughts on either one of those guys too? Anything on Jamar or anything like that?
No, I'm a fan. I mean, I don't know how I like that most yards on the slate thing too. I mean, he's going to be live for it 100%.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's kick it over to you, Stu. I love to see it. You're rolling with some Packers here. Shout out to the backup, baby, Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, and I mean, this is one of the games I talked about a minute ago. According to Kevin Roth, the best weather guy, 20 mile an hour sustained winds, 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts are possible. I don't really bet with the weather. You know, I think if anyone's been betting for a long time, you know, you can get burned like that. But it's a factor, especially with downfield passing. And that's really what Green Bay is good at. I mean, in terms of love, right? When you look at their skill set there. And when you take that away, I think it's just going to be a lot of Josh Jacobs. And honestly, this is one of the best rushing matchups in football, right? Giants have allowed the second most rush yards. They're bottom 3 in a lot of advanced stats. Like, it's not a good it's a great matchup for running backs, and it's not a good matchup for the Giants defense. So it's one of those things where if this was just a regular game, I'd probably love longest completion and stuff like that. I think this is a good bounce back game for them because a lot of the things they do schematically, the Packers are good against. So what that means is I think we get a lot of Josh Jacobs early, no doubt about it. His carries are 20 for a reason. But also, when you're a bell cow like that, there's just naturally going to be the change of pace back, someone that takes a little bit of that pressure off of you. Wilson's that guy. But then as we get deeper into the game, and hopefully as the Packers take more of a lead, I think that's really when you're going to see more Wilson in the second half. So I think it's one of those games where 7-point favorites, you got, Jacobs, you have divisional games in back-to-back weeks after this with the Vikings and the Bears before it's the Vikings, and then it's a short week immediately on primetime, I believe, against the Bears. So
who was their Thanksgiving? I thought they were playing on Thanksgiving. Are they playing the Lions on Thanksgiving?
That just might be what I mean by primetime.
Okay.
But either way, I just know it's 2 divisional games.
Big game
after this. And it's we've seen Jacobs kind of load managed a bit over the years. And I don't know why you'd after 20 carries last week in a close game, why would you run it back if you're comfortably winning or you're at least looking pretty good in this game? I don't know why you wouldn't take a little bit of that pressure off Jacobs. Because, I mean, how many years have we seen Jacobs be the best running back in football through 10 weeks and then the next 6 weeks look a little bit less? I think if we can notice that, LaFleur can too. So in a game where it's going to be shitty weather, there's going to be a lot of time on the ground, they're probably likely to be winning. Just seems like Emmanuel Wilson's a little bit underrated after only 1 carry last week. But I wouldn't give him a carry last week. You're playing the fucking Eagles in a 1-score game where no one can score. That's the game where you let Jacobs carry the ball 25 times. And then this is the game where you let my boy Emmanuel Wilson get 7-8 carries. So I think it's one of those opportunities where you should just be able to sneak in there and get some work a little bit under the radar.
Beautiful. I know no issues for me here. So let's do a quick recap here, Stu. I'll let you get over to your game and we'll talk some long shots here possibly. So I'll be rolling with Theo Johnson, 4 catches, Jamar Chase, 70 receiving yards at -114. I'll kick it over to you.
Emmanuel Wilson of the Packers, just in case you didn't know, over 16.5 rushing yards, -110, widely available.
Awesome. Stu, any long shots catching your eye here today as we move into closing in on this slate?
I don't remember if I've been any long shots, honestly. I think just off the top of my head, we haven't talked about that game at all. Rams Seahawks has got to be a banger today, right? I mean,
you'd think so.
Something good in that one, it's hard to pick on the Seahawks side. I think maybe my boy Arroyo could be good for a touchdown, but Also, like, I think Devontae Adams, I know he's questionable, but his yards were only 58.5 last night. And, like,
I think it was because of the injury questionable tag that people are kind of nervous.
But, like, if he plays, 60 looks like really good. You know what I mean? In this kind of game like that, where you can't really run against Seattle. I mean, they've been really good against the run this year, top 3 teams. So Puka's obviously going to do Puka things, but I don't know. Something about Devontae. I don't know what his 100 yards is. I can check that real quick because he's been getting downfield work as well. Maybe that's something I'd be interested in. But you're kind of taking a gamble that he's healthy. I honestly have not looked at any practice reports. I have no clue how fucked up he is or anything like that. But just off the top of my head, that's probably the only long shot I've really looked at.
All right. I'm going to play Joe Flacco, bro. I think I'm going to do Flacco highest passing yards on Sunday, not including this early game. Plus 800. Again, I always like to look around at the other people that are around us in these spots. Purdy. I ain't trusting Purdy first week back when you're going to probably run the ball all over this Cardinals team. He's up there. He's right next to him in price. Mahomes is playing Denver in Denver. I ain't playing that at better odds. He's like 7-1. Number 1 is Stafford, but Stafford has to throw against the Seattle defense. That's not an easy matchup, bro. Like, I'm looking up and down this list of all the top guys, and these are some tough matchups. I mean, the only guy that I probably would also mess around with is maybe Herbert in this spot against Jacksonville. Those would be my 2 guys that I'd want to roll with, but I think Flacco throws more than Herbert today just because they're trying to force feed Vidal more and more every one of these weeks until, Hampton comes back, right? So you get like a little engine that you only got to use for 4 weeks. You're going to run it into the ground, right? So I think that this price, I mean, Jameis obviously is 12-1, which is just absurd to me that a guy who hasn't played all year is now 12-1. But hey, that's the love on Jameis, man. I'm not going to talk smack about Jameis because I love the guy.
I mean, when you look at Jameis's, because I played his interception, right? And when you look at his stats from last year, you're like, oh my God, he threw the ball like 47 times every game. So it's literally an extreme weather game. So if Jameis still managed to do that in an extreme weather game, you almost have to tip your cap. Like, that's extreme levels of dedication to be able to do that. So I like Flacco, kind of escapes the conditions. Obviously elite wide receivers. The only thing is, I know it's like you can't do it, but I wish you could do like most completions on the slate.
Oh, I wish, dude. I would love that.
He would be hammering that. And yeah, we didn't even talk about that Herbert game. I was trying to even come up with a bet, but that's like the battle of the mid, right? I mean, I was gonna call Miami versus Washington battle of the mid, but honestly, that's just kind of battle like the trash. This Chargers game is really the battle of the mid. Without Joe Alt, that offensive line, those guys just can't do anything. Like, they're just so, I don't know. It's one of those, like, they're just incompetent. You know what I mean? They can't get any protection for Herbert. And then on the other side, Trevor Lawrence has been like the definition of just average this year. Like, has a couple moments, but then mostly just kind of meh. So I don't know. Just, I agree. I think this is actually a pretty good look here.
Yeah, and just keep chucking it to Parker Washington, bro. I have to start him this week again, dude. That guy just gets fucking targeted galore. He's double-digit targets, man. It's crazy to me.
Why are we only at 48 yards? Oh, I guess Myers another week under.
Myers is playing there. Yeah, it's just obviously we're going to hopefully get a lot more slot. He's still got a ton of targets last week, and hopefully the Chargers will be winning in that game, and we'll have to worry about that. So, but yeah, anything else, Stu, before we pop out today, and I'll let you enjoy this game, and hopefully Washington get it done for you.
Yeah, I don't know if enjoying and like Washington Commanders go in the sentence together very often, but I will say we didn't say what do you call it earlier in the show? A big screen game. Jameis Winston's the big screen game. That guy said in the chat. I had to get that in there. We're all watching the GOAT Jameis, no matter what we say about him. I mean, this guy is walking entertainment. I even want to. They better broadcast his pregame speach. Like, I want to see.
He already made his Twitter post. Did you see that?
I have not
Instagram
yet.
Post or Twitter post. It's just I don't know if it's like an actual Bible verse or if it's like his version of a Bible verse. And he's out there with a swagged out, in his suit and shit. So I'm like, hell yeah, dude. I'm
good for him. Good for him.
Hopefully, whatever. I can't even name 3 of your corners there, but hopefully put 2 of them on fucking Waddle. I'm playing them in fantasy this week, and I already got Travion Henderson in both fucking leagues this week. So need him to lock up. I think he's got like 60 yards already, which is annoying, but hopefully they can lock up. Washington on that goal line stand here, huh? Holy shit. They're
they
fourth and goal
energy today. It's good. I mean, they switched Dan Quinn to defensive play caller. So that's kind of a big change. We had Jack Jones, I believe, have a sack from the cornerback position. And I was like, oh my God, I think this is our first unique blitz look of the year, which is really bad to be in week 11 and not have like a single like corner blitz. You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, good thing we got Dan Quinn in there. And also Joe Witt, I mean, get this guy the fuck out of town. I don't know why he still has a job. So I guess we're not playing for anything, so might as well.
Yeah, they just turned him over on downs on the 2. But now
you got those runs. Was it Gordon or was Gordon. It Wright? Okay.
Ollie Gordon had the 3rd and goal run for 0 yards, but yeah, hopefully you start to see hopefully they can get out of here, right? Without a safety here. So because they're on the 1 yard line in that running game really hasn't done too much.
Chris Rodriguez, look at you 3 at a time, baby.
3.5 ball forward. But anything else to do before we head out?
No, I just want to say appreciate everyone. Sorry, obviously missed a week and everything, but appreciate all the, nice words and everything from people. Definitely means a lot. And yeah, excited to, get back to normal. Just got back into DC late last night. So this week's been pretty hectic, but got some fun stuff coming. So looking forward to get into that, and obviously holidays and everything. So yeah, just appreciate you guys once again.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Appreciate you finding a way to make it work today. Yeah. And hopefully we can watch some good football here today. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck on all your bets. And hopefully we will see you guys tomorrow to talk Goat Dak, baby, against Goat Gino. What are we going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. It's a tough day for me. I got both of them. So we'll figure it out tomorrow, but hopefully we're coming back with a couple winners. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck, and we'll catch you tomorrow.